Hi lovelies, welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today I am going to work out my weekly budget for the 4th week of March. This is my husband's second paycheck, but our 4th for the month. We both work and both get in an income, and we do different things with our checks. My checks are about paying the bills and stuffing some sinking funds. His checks are about our cash funds to make sure that we have money to be able to do what we would like to do. So if you're new here, please take a second to hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 500. I kind of got stuck in the 360 range. It's been probably like 3 weeks now. I just can't get out of it. It's slowly creeping up now, but if you would please hit that subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. If you are returning, welcome back. It's so good to see you, and I appreciate that you have decided to come spend a little bit more time with me. I would love if everybody would hit that thumbs up button for me, please. Helps me get put into the YouTube algorithm, and I'd really appreciate that. So I have not bought into somebody's system. Instead, I just kind of organize things the way I like to see them organized. I might buy into somebody's budgeting system a little bit down the road, but I'm not 100% certain. Kind of liking this, and it's working for me for right now. And it's in a composition book, and I have been honestly writing my bills in composition books basically my entire life. This is my most expensive composition book that I've gotten, but up until January, I have always written out what bills are due and then when those bills get paid. This is a change for me where I'm actually working out my weekly budgets as well. I think it's definitely helping me see where my money's going. I do have a spreadsheet that I put all of this into, and for some reason I just couldn't see it as well. I think because the way that I chunk and add it together, like I know that $785 went into cash funds that second week of March. I know that $65 at a quick glance went into sinking funds and $30 went into my savings challenges. So I like this view just because of those chunks, I think. Not certain if I'm gonna continue working it out this way. I'm contemplating changing it up some, but we will see. So we will start with income. This is my husband's check. Now, so sad, so sad, so sad. He was in desperate need of some new work shoes. Rather than me go buy some, he just ordered them through work, which is great and fine and dandy. However, one, they came in and they were a little too small and he couldn't return them. Actually, he didn't return them, and then by the time he realized they were too small, he couldn't return them because he'd worn them for a couple of days. And then they take the money right out of his check. Oh, so it's not like I can even budget for it. So instead of it being a 900 plus check, it was only $863, which, considering we've been getting used to, like, this was $944. Let me back up. This one was $932, that one was $1,100. We've been getting used to $900 checks, and it was just really hard for this one to come in at $836. It meant that a handful of things needed to get tweaked around. Did I say 36? 863. And it also means that there isn't going to be a nice buffer left over at the end of the 2 weeks, because I typically use 800, if not 850, hands down every time. So a little bit of a struggle here. Gonna make it work the best we can. So we're gonna start by filling in our cash funds. So the first thing we do is my husband gets cash, and that is $260. Now typically he gets $250, however he's already used $60. He needed to be able to go to the gas station, get some gas. So because of that, we've gone ahead and budgeted $260 with $200 cash, and the $60 has already been spent on gas for him. So fast food. My attitude is, we're gonna buy it. We may as well budget for it. It was $100. It is always $100. Couple trips out and it's gone. It doesn't take too much. We also didn't do too good in the last 2 weeks and cleared it out. I don't know what happened, but needless to say, fast food, we've gone through every penny and started to have to pull some from my account. Well, from one of our accounts. that's not where this money goes into. So just such a struggle this last 2 weeks. We need to get ourselves back on check. Gas, I'm budgeting $50. Groceries, I budget $200. Now I would like to start to up that $200. However, because my husband's check wasn't as large as I wanted it to, I can't up that $200, so it's just gonna have to stay $200. Our youngest gets an allowance. It's not a lot. He doesn't do a lot, so he gets $10. Paper goods. I am in desperate need of going shopping for some paper goods. Can't wait to get that taken care of. $25. Pet, our sweet Sophie. We're gonna put $10 to the side for her and the birds. We have finally stopped cat sitting for my daughter. They have finished the bathroom renovations. They don't need to worry about anybody coming in and out of their house anymore. She has taken Tucker home. So sad to see him go, but at the same time, definitely excited about our pet expenses will come down, and we don't have to worry about him trying to escape from the house because he is a very good escape artist. The RV, now I think I said that my check pays all of the bills. I don't know if I did, but that's, my check typically goes into the bills, and then his check typically takes care of the cash funds. However, the RV is considered a bill, but it goes towards my husband's check, and that's because when we bought the RV, that's what we agreed on, is that his check would pay for the RV. I get some cash. I really don't spend a lot of money outside of groceries and toiletries and making car payments, so I don't typically need a whole lot, and this gas $50 is for my car, so it kind of takes care of it. So that was me cash. And then toiletries is gonna get another $15. So in all, our cash funds are gonna get $790, which is up a little bit from $785, and that is, you know, $10 right there took care of that difference. And then I only got 20 instead of 25, so that's where the $790 comes from. So subtract those two, and that only leaves me with $73 in order to go into cash funds, in order to go into sinking funds and set a little bit aside for savings challenge. Now, one thing is that we have specific recurring sinking funds that my husband always, his check always takes care of. We have family birthdays. There are 6 of us in our family. Everybody gets $100 for their birthday, so I came to realize that that's $600, basically $200 a month. No, I did that wrong. Basically $50 a month, which gives us that $600 at the end of the year, which means his check has to put $25 in one week and $25 in the next week to put that $50 in there for us. And then I almost wrote $50. So this is a recurring, it always gets pulled out of his check. Retirement, we have a savings account that is a high interest savings account. We put a little bit of money into, not a whole whopping lot, but I try to, out of everybody's check, I try to put either $5 or $10 in, and we're going to put $5 in from his. Every check he puts in $10 into savings account. And then tag renewal is coming up very soon. We have 4 things to tag: my car, my husband's truck, the RV, and my daughter's car. Now, she does pay for the tag for her car. She pays for everything about that car. So with that, my name's on it, so it's due at the same time, so I just take care of paying it. But I like to put money aside for us as well for tag, so that's $10. So unfortunately, because his check wasn't bigger, I can't put in any additional, well, I can, but I'm not going to put in any additional money into any of our sinking funds. This is $50 worth of funds, so when I subtract the two, I have $23 to go into our savings challenges. So I'm trying to specifically fund 2 savings challenges. I have about 7 or 8 of them going. I'm trying to save $2,022 in 2022. I call it my 1 month ahead. And then I have a dollar challenge, which is intentionally growing for Christmas. Because of that, I put money into these regardless if none of the other savings challenges do. This $1 Christmas, I think it's going to be roughly $1,300, a little bit more than that. When I looked at last Christmas, all of what we spent, we need that $1,300. That was food, presents, gift wrap, shipping, all of that stuff. So we really need that. So I'm intentionally growing that. And then one more that I am at least putting a little bit money into is a holiday. We are coming up on Easter. I was able to fully fund my Valentine's Day challenge, and now we're coming up on Easter. So I'm going to put $10 into 1 month ahead, $7 into Christmas, and $3 into the holiday for a total of $20, which unfortunately only leaves me with $3. Now, the problem comes in that typically I try to leave this money as a buffer. Like last 2 weeks, there was a $64 buffer. Unfortunately, I had gone out of town for a couple of days during that time, and my husband had to use the majority of that for a handful of things that wouldn't have gotten spent if I had been here. So I like to keep this as a emergency fund for him if he needs it, and $3 we may have to do some rearranging of some other money so that if he does need more than that $200 that I've set aside, we have it. So that is my 4th weekly budget for the month of March. We are rolling along, looking forward to getting ready to move into April, and just cannot wait. So if you haven't already, please take a second, hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining me today. Bye, guys.